10 states everyone is leaving in America in 2024. Don't live here. Have you noticed a trend in recent years? People are on the move, seeking new horizons, especially in the United States. You've likely heard about the population booms in places like Texas and Florida, but have you ever wondered where those folks are coming from? Well, today, we're diving into that very question and uncovering a surprising trend. People are leaving some states in droves. We're taking a closer look at the top 10 states seeing the most significant population decline in 2024, shedding light on the reasons behind these migrations. First up, at number 10, we have New Jersey, a state that's often in the headlines for its high outbound migration. Did you know that, back in 2020, New Jersey had the highest number of residents moving out, more than any other state? This might seem surprising, considering the state boasts a vibrant mix of cultures, with nearly 1 in 4 residents hailing from overseas, drawn by the abundance of job opportunities. But New Jersey has a hidden secret, a less than welcoming side. While the state boasts the third highest median household income in the nation, at $85,000, it's also one of the most expensive places to live. The state's wealthy residents face a hefty income tax, with a peak rate of 10.75%, and New Jersey also has the highest effective property tax rate in the country, clocking in at 2.5%. These costs are even more burdensome considering that nearly half of those who leave New Jersey annually earn over $150,000. And let's not forget the housing market. New Jersey has the highest population density in the entire United States, with 1,218 people per square mile. The median home value of $382,000 may not seem like much at first glance, but when you combine that with the state's dense population, it paints a picture of limited space, a high cost of living, and a lot of competition for housing. It's no wonder then that many New Jerseyans are seeking a less crowded, more affordable, and potentially warmer haven, heading south to Florida and the Carolinas. Stay tuned as we uncover a surprising trend among New Yorkers later in this video, a trend that highlights the impact of high costs, steep taxes, and a search for a better balance between affordability and opportunity. Number 9, New York. New York City, once synonymous with population growth, is facing a surprising shift. Since 2010, New York has been one of only 6 states experiencing a shrinking population, and, with Florida's explosive population growth, New York has fallen from its perch as the third largest state. In 2020, a whopping 67% of all moves out of New York were people leaving the state. And here's a fascinating detail. A significant 63% of those 80,000 people who left New York in 2020 were from New York City itself. While the pandemic certainly played a role in this exodus, the underlying factors driving New Yorkers away are the high cost of living, steep taxes, and a sense of being squeezed out of the city. The harsh winters and lackluster job opportunities upstate also contribute to this trend. Despite a surge in international immigration, New York's population still decreased by 0.393% last year, as of the year 2023, and the population has declined further by 3.1% since 2020. It seems that New Yorkers are seeking new horizons, looking for a balance between affordability and opportunity. Our next stop is a state with a unique set of challenges that are impacting its population growth, Mississippi. Let's dive into the reasons behind this demographic shift. Number 8. Let's delve into the fascinating story of Mississippi, a state often recognized as the poorest in the nation. Interestingly, despite this challenging economic landscape, Mississippi only ranks as the 8th fastest shrinking state. This might seem counterintuitive at first glance, but a closer look reveals a complex reality. Could it be that leaving Mississippi is simply not an affordable option for many residents, trapped by the scarcity of well-paying jobs and the lack of economic opportunities elsewhere? With a median household income currently at $53,000 and a poverty rate hovering around a staggering 19.1%, the financial struggles faced by many Mississippians are undeniable. It's telling that a significant 71% of those who managed to leave Mississippi last year did so in search of better job prospects, highlighting the strong desire for financial security and a brighter economic future. However, Mississippi's challenges extend beyond its economic woes. The state also confronts a myriad of significant health issues that contribute to its demographic decline. Mississippi holds the unfortunate distinction of having the highest obesity rate in the nation, and a troubling 20.5% of its residents identify as regular smokers. These health factors, compounded by a healthcare system ranked among the poorest in the U.S., have resulted in a somber statistic. Mississippi has the lowest life expectancy in the country, currently standing at a mere 74.6 years. The state also struggles with the second highest rate of premature births, a statistic often linked to high teen pregnancy rates, further illustrating the complex interplay of socioeconomic and health factors that impact its residents' lives. Mississippi's demographic landscape is being shaped by a complex mix of economic hardship, limited opportunities, and significant health challenges. It's a stark reminder that population decline is often a reflection of deeper, systemic issues that require a multifaceted approach to address. But before we delve deeper into those issues, let's shift our focus to the Northeast and explore a different kind of demographic story unfolding in Connecticut. Known for its picturesque landscapes, its charming New England character, and its historical significance as the Constitution state, Connecticut might seem like an unlikely candidate for population decline. However, as we'll uncover, Connecticut's chilling climate, its soaring cost of living, and its stark wealth divide have created a surprising demographic shift. Stay tuned as we unpack this intriguing trend. Our exploration of America's population shifts takes us to the Northeast, where we find Connecticut at number 7, a state that's seeing a rapid decline in its population. You might think that residents of the Northeast are accustomed to tough winters and high living costs, drawn by the abundance of job opportunities. However, the rise of online work has shifted the landscape, allowing people to pursue careers from anywhere with a decent internet connection. Suddenly, the cold weather and high costs of living in Connecticut are less appealing, with many opting for warmer, more affordable locales. In fact, a whopping 63.5% of moves in Connecticut are outbound, indicating a significant exodus from the state. Interestingly, this migration pattern isn't as simple as it might seem. While many Connecticut residents are indeed heading to Florida, often seeking a retirement haven or a respite from high taxes and living costs, others are moving to states like New York, California, and Massachusetts. These states, known for their higher taxes and living costs, may seem like counterintuitive destinations, but they often offer unique opportunities and amenities that attract specific demographics. For instance, Stamford, Connecticut, is a remarkably affluent city, while Hartford struggles with a poverty rate of 28.1%, even though the median home value is a relatively modest $124,000. This disparity highlights the stark wealth divide within Connecticut, a divide that likely influences where residents choose to relocate. Overall, Connecticut's population experienced a decrease of 0.173%, indicating a rapid decline that's reshaping the state's demographic landscape. Moving westward to number 6, we encounter Oregon, a state that's facing a surprising demographic shift. Known for its consistent population growth, Oregon is now experiencing a decline for the first time in over 30 years. Between July of 2021 and July of 2023, the state's population decreased by 0.1%, a figure that may seem insignificant at first glance, but marks a significant turning point. The last time Oregon witnessed a population decline was way back in 1982, and, even then, it was a mere 0.1% drop. This recent decline is driven, in part, by skyrocketing housing costs. As of 2024, the median value of owner-occupied housing units in Oregon has soared to $423,100. While this figure may align with national averages, it represents a substantial increase for Oregon, making it increasingly difficult for residents to afford housing. This affordability crisis is pushing people out of the state, contributing to the population decline and signaling a potential long-term shift. Next, we venture to the Pacific Ocean, where we find the beautiful, but increasingly expensive, state of Hawaii at number 5. The allure of the islands is undeniable, with countless mainlanders falling in love with Hawaii's beauty and charm while on vacation. However, the reality of living in Hawaii is often a different story. The steep cost of living, coupled with wages that struggle to keep pace, has played a significant role in the state's population decline, which saw a 1/3% dip last year. While many mainlanders dream of moving to the Aloha state, the costly and complex process of relocating everything across the ocean can be a major deterrent. And adapting to the Aloha lifestyle is no small feat, as the distance from family and the cultural shift can be overwhelming for many newcomers. As a result, many mainlanders who attempt to make Hawaii their home end up packing their bags and returning to the mainland within 2 years. This dynamic is further complicated by the transient nature of Hawaii's population, due in part to the large military presence. Military personnel and their families often move in and out of the state, creating a fluctuating population. Additionally, the high cost of living is increasingly pricing out local residents, forcing them to seek more affordable housing options elsewhere. Hawaii holds the unfortunate title of the priciest state in the U.S. by a significant margin, a reality that's reshaping its demographic landscape. In fact, a staggering 14,000 more Hawaii residents moved to the mainland than mainlanders moved to Hawaii, highlighting the challenges of living in paradise. Number 4 on our list takes us to the last frontier, Alaska. As the most spread-out state in America, with a mere 1.27 people per square mile, you might think that Alaska would be a haven for those seeking a respite from crowded cities. However, Alaska's vastness and remoteness also present unique challenges. For many, the distance from family and friends, the extreme cold, and the high cost of living outweigh the appeal of wide open spaces. Interestingly, Alaska actually pays people to live there through the Permanent Fund Dividend, a unique program that distributes a portion of the state's oil revenue to residents. However, even this incentive hasn't been enough to stem the tide of outbound migration. Last year, 9,000 more people moved out of Alaska than moved in. Back in 2016, Alaska's population was booming, with over 740,000 residents, largely due to the thriving oil industry. But, as oil prices and demand declined, so did the state's population. The transient nature of Alaska's population, due to the military presence, also contributes to these fluctuations. And, for many, the long, dark winters, the high cost of living, and the isolation from the rest of the U.S. are simply too much to bear. As we delve into the top 3 states experiencing the most significant population decline, you'll be surprised by the factors at play and the demographic shifts that are reshaping the American landscape. Before we continue, I have a special request for all of you listening. If you're enjoying this exploration of population trends, please consider subscribing to our channel. It takes just a few seconds, and your support helps us create more insightful content like this. We promise to deliver fascinating stories and data that shed light on the forces shaping our world. Do we have a deal? Holding steady at number 3 on our list of states experiencing the most significant population decline, we find Louisiana, a state with a rich culture and a vibrant spirit, but facing a complex set of challenges. Over the past 5 years, Louisiana has been on a downward trajectory, primarily due to a slump in the oil and gas sectors, which have long been pillars of the state's economy. With fewer jobs in these once reliable industries, many residents have been forced to seek opportunities elsewhere. The alternative employment options in Louisiana, primarily in tourism and service industries, often offer low wages, making it difficult for residents to make ends meet. It's no surprise, then, that a staggering 73% of those leaving Louisiana cite better job opportunities as their primary reason for moving. However, the story of Louisiana's population decline is more nuanced than just outbound migration. While a significant number of residents are leaving, only 52.7% of total moves in the state last year were outbound migrations. This suggests that, while people are leaving, others are still moving to Louisiana, albeit at a lower rate. The state's population dipped by 0.233%, a decline that can be attributed, in part, to Louisiana's less than stellar healthcare system. The state ranks second worst in the nation for healthcare outcomes, with the 3rd highest rate of smokers, the 7th highest obesity rate, and the 5th lowest life expectancy. Heart disease and cancer are the leading causes of death in Louisiana, claiming nearly 90% of lives across the state. Surprisingly, despite these challenges, Louisiana residents who do choose to move often relocate to Mississippi, a state often considered to have an even lower quality of life. This seemingly counterintuitive trend speaks to the complexities of individual circumstances, family ties, and personal preferences that drive migration patterns. Moving northward to number 2, we encounter Illinois, a state that's often compared to New York in terms of its high taxes. However, Illinois actually surpasses New York in terms of its tax burden on residents, holding the unenviable title of the state with the highest effective median total tax rate in the nation. This rate soars above 15%, placing a significant financial strain on Illinoisans. And let's not forget about the property tax rate, which sits at 2.16%, the second highest in the country. It's no wonder, then, that nearly half of Illinois residents have considered packing their bags and leaving the state, with high taxes topping their list of grievances. The allure of better housing and job opportunities elsewhere, coupled with the promise of more agreeable weather, also plays a significant role in driving Illinoisans away. Interestingly, the top destinations for those leaving Illinois, Florida, Texas, California, Arizona, Washington, and North Carolina all offer milder winters than the Prairie State. While Illinois may seem like a middle-of-the-road state in terms of many statistical measures, the sentiment on the ground tells a different story. A staggering 25% of Illinois residents describe their state as the worst place to live, a sentiment that reflects the frustration and dissatisfaction many feel with the state's high taxes, limited opportunities, and harsh winters. This widespread discontent is a key driver behind Illinois being the second fastest shrinking state since 2010. The state's population has declined by 0.403%, with a whopping 66.4% of all moves being exits. This trend highlights a growing desire for change among Illinoisans, many of whom are voting with their feet in search of a better quality of life. Finally, we arrive at the top of our list, the state experiencing the most dramatic population decline, West Virginia. Long associated with the coal mining industry, West Virginia has faced significant challenges as America's reliance on coal has dwindled. The mountain state is struggling to adapt to a changing economy, with limited job opportunities and a sense of despair hanging over many communities. The job market is bleak, leading to West Virginia having the second lowest median household income in the nation, a mere $48,800, and a poverty rate of 16%. This economic hardship has driven many residents, those who can afford to leave, to seek better opportunities elsewhere, making West Virginia the fastest shrinking state since 2010. Surprisingly, only 59% of West Virginia's population decline can be attributed to outbound migration. The remaining 41% stems from a natural decrease, a trend that's even more alarming. Not only are people leaving the state, but the birth rate is also declining, as younger generations, those in their childbearing years, are also seeking a brighter future elsewhere. This exodus leaves behind an increasingly older population, further burdened by the state's second lowest life expectancy in the country. Last year, West Virginia's population decreased by 0.673%, making it the fastest shrinking state of 2021 by a significant margin. This trend paints a stark picture of a state grappling with a changing economy, limited opportunities, and a demographic shift that's leaving behind an older, more vulnerable population. The mountain state is facing a critical need for a turnaround, a revitalization that can create jobs, improve healthcare outcomes, and attract younger generations to stay and build a brighter future. If you found this exploration of population trends insightful, we encourage you to engage with our content by leaving a like, sharing this video with your friends and family, and subscribing to our channel for more thought-provoking discussions on the forces shaping our world. Together, we can delve into the complexities of demographic shifts, economic challenges, and the search for a better quality of life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video, where we'll continue to explore the ever-changing landscape of our world.